took my last breath. This giant snake would swallow me whole. "Nathan! Wake up! You're dreaming again!" River's voice broke through to me. Opening my eyes, I sat up in bed with a gasp. "Was it the 1,000 snakes, or the giant one?" River asked with a yawn. "The giant one. Want to come sleep in my bed?" "No." It annoyed me that I couldn't get past these stupid nightmares. I was too proud to admit that I was scared of going back to sleep. And I didn't want River, who was almost 3 years younger, to comfort me. "All right." With a yawn, River turned and went back to sleep while I tried to shake off my horrible nightmare. Curled up in the fetal position, I lay awake, worried that something might be wrong with my head. "Think happy thoughts, Nathan. Happy thoughts." Turning on my back, I stretched. And that's when my foot touched something scaly. I stiffened, and all the blood left my face. "It's not real. It's not real," I told myself before summoning all my courage to lift my cover and see for myself. There, curled up at the end of my bed, was a yellow snake. I screamed my head off and jumped out of bed, crying in hysteria. The connecting door to Connor's room was flung open, and he came in, shushing me to be quiet. "There!" I pointed to the bed where the yellow snake was moving under my covers. "Nathan, you're waking up the house. Calm yourself, boy," Connor ordered, while River placed her arms around me in a comforting gesture. "Don't!" I pushed her away with confusion and fear. Her arms wrapping around my stomach reminded me too much of my nightmare. "It's in your head, Nathan. There's nothing there." Connor stepped to the bed and picked up the cover. "See? It's right there." I pointed to the yellow snake that slithered across my bed into my pillowcase. "Where? There's nothing." Connor's voice dripped with annoyance. "It's always the same." My eyes filled with tears, and I shook my head, as if I could shake out the craziness and stop seeing things that weren't there. River took my hand and gave me a look of sympathy. "Tell Nathan that there's no snake," Connor told her. River bit her lip and pulled her shoulders to her chin. "Don't tell me that you see the invisible snake, too," Connor challenged her. River shook her head and looked down. "No, there's no snake." "That's right. I'm going to bed now, but you need to stop crying and screaming, Nathan." Connor moved to his door. "No!" I reached for him. "Can't you do that thing?" Connor stalled. "You want me to pretend that I'm removing your invisible snake?" I nodded with pleading eyes. "All right." Walking to my bed, Connor bent down and scooped up air. "There. I have removed the snake, and I'll set it free outside so it can go back to its family. Happy now?" "No, you didn't catch it. It's hiding in my pillowcase." Releasing a deep sigh, Connor reached for the pillowcase, lifted it, and shook it, until the yellow snake fell out. I jerked back and pointed with wide eyes. "There!" This time Connor reached for the right place and lifted the snake. "Did I get it?" "Yes." "Excellent," he said in a dry tone. "Now go back to bed, the both of you." Walking to his door, Connor paused and looked at us with a grave expression. "What am I going to do with you two?" He sighed and muttered, "Invisible snakes," before he closed the door. Our room fell quiet again as River and I stood holding hands. "Come," she whispered and led me to her bed. "There are never any snakes in my bed." I didn't say a word, as I went to lie down beside River with my eyes moist and my chest heavy from Connor's disappointment weighing me down. "I hate snakes," I whispered low. "Me too." We were silent for a long moment before she took my hand again. "Don't worry, Nathan. I won't let any snakes harm you." "There's something wrong with my head," I admitted in shame. "Mine too, but we can't give up. Connor will help us. He's the cleverest man there is." "At least you don't see snakes," I whispered. "Sometimes I do."